Okay, what's up YouTube? This is J-Man Time, and today I have another rare weapon for you guys today. Today's weapon comes all the way from Israel and is one of the rarest submachine guns ever designed in the late 1940s. And that weapon is the Kara submachine gun, also known as the Kara K-12. The Kara submachine gun was a submachine gun project that began in 1947 during the middle of the Civil War and the Mandate of Palestine, also known as the British Mandate of Palestine. During that Civil War, Irgun commander by the name of Hayam Kara designed a limited production submachine gun that was used to an extent in that conflict. During that time period, only about a handful were made, but after the war, this weapon was considered to be one of the many weapons that could become the standard submachine gun of the new Israeli Defense Force, or IDF, in the years after the Civil War and the Mandate of Palestine. Now, this weapon was designed originally in 1947, and in 1947, its caliber was 9mm parabellum. It was fed by either a 20 to 30 round box magazine and had a rate of fire of between 500 and 1,000 rounds per minute. The original version of the Kara submachine gun was based on the British Sten gun, but also on the Italian Beretta submachine gun. During the Civil War, both the Jewish forces and the Arab forces used British Sten guns and Italian Beretta submachine guns. These were leftovers from the Second World War. When the Egyptian army intervened in 1948, they also brought a lot of American and other British weapons, for example, the Brent guns and American Thompson submachine guns that were also left over from the Second World War. In 1947-1948, Hayam Kara used those weapons as the blueprints for his Kara prototype number 1, which is what you're seeing here. But after the war, he continued to modify this submachine gun design. At first, in 1948, he came up with a secondary version. Then in 1949, another version. And then in 1949/1951, he came up with what was known as the Kara M50, but was later modified into the Kara K-12. The Kara M1950 and the Kara K-12 were the final versions of the Kara submachine gun designed by Hayam Kara. But in 1950-1951, the new Israeli Defense Force was looking for a weapon that could replace all of the old Sten guns, the Berettas, and Thompson submachine guns. Another weapons designer by the name of Uzi El-Gal had also designed his submachine gun known as the Uzi, which was based on the Czechoslovakian VZ-23, also known as the Samopal VZ-23/VZ-24. The Uzi submachine gun was roughly the same size as the Kara submachine gun, but used a different firing system, but both weapons were telescoping bolt type submachine guns. The Uzi had a slightly higher rate of fire of 1,100 rounds per minute versus the Kara's 500 to 1,000 rounds per minute, depending on the model. Ultimately, the Israeli Defense Force picked the Uzi submachine gun over the Kara submachine gun, and the Kara submachine gun faded into history. Today, only a handful of the original Kara pre-production submachine guns exist in one of the many museums both in Israel and in the United States. It is one of the rare submachine gun prototypes designed during the early half of the Cold War, and is one of the rare weapons that originated from the Civil War and the British Mandate of Palestine. So what do you think of this Kara submachine gun? To me, it is one of the cooler weapons from the 1940s, but ultimately it is one of the weapons that was never adopted. So what do you think of the Kara submachine gun? Please put your opinions in the comment section below, and until next time, this was J-Man Time signing off.